Well, hello again. Welcome back to my channel. If you didn't see the first DIY Medical Alert resin jewelry, pop by the first one on the playlist. And I just decided that I wanted to do some more resin today. So on top of this one, I ordered one of those projection necklaces, you know, the ones that you put the picture in it from Temu. I hope it shows up because I had a really cool idea that I could attach that little, I ordered a silver one and I put my x-rays on it because I have metal in my back and it's just a hot mess. So I thought I would add it as a little charm on there. So that's a pretty cool idea. And then I'm going to attach it to this bracelet. And then the other one, I needed a new tag for my mail key. And I just thought I would make this one. I don't know if you can see it that well in the light, but these are some pansies that I grew on my garden, which are now covered in snow. Actually, the plant is on the inside, but you know, they're pretty well dead. I think maybe there's one lagging on here, but I just embedded my information on the back here in case my keys ever get lost. So yeah, did that one. I hope it's showing up because it looks like there's a glare on my end. But anyway, that's pretty cool. And then I made something silly for my friend. She is the queen of diamond dots. So I made her this little resin thing. Can you guess what it is? The white. Bet you can't, but you will now. It's to the water bottle, the other side of it, the little ring that when you snap it open, it stays. Well, that's what this is. And I thought, well, you know what? Why let it go to waste? So that's kind of cute. It fit perfectly inside of a round mold that I had. And I just attached a jump ring to it. And she can put this on her scooter as a little key fob. Because she's got a key on hers. So I hope she likes it. She's 80, 84, 85. She's up there. So anyway, I hope she likes it. And she just does excellent work. So this one is for you, Judy. All right, so I am going to show you how to make another type of bead here, a Medical Alert bead, and I just thought, well, you know what, I might as well just film a tutorial. So let me show you what I did so far. So these are little, you know, those big fat beads. Okay, these fit exactly. Whoop. Can't work today here. Fit exactly. Let me do this. It's so much easier. They fit exactly inside of a straw. Isn't that something? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to reduce my Medical Alert tag. Put it in upside down. So I put white paper on it, glued it on, and then I just took some packing tape here. Remember, packing tape is your friend, or a laminator. I'm not getting my laminator out for this small project. So what that does is that it protects the text. Oh, sorry for the blur. It protects the text. And so then what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this apart, and I'm going to put the ends of the bead cap on, these little things here. And then we're going to resin it, and you can watch me real time. Okay? Okay, what I'm going to do here is I am just going to cut a piece of tape attached to this. I am going to cut this, and I'm going to leave the straw in here. I just didn't want these ugly lines showing through, so that's why I put paper. And I am going to just make a cut. going to cut. Hopefully I have been on camera and in focus. So I am going to leave the straw in there to stabilize it. Okay. And what I'm going to do is, since this is all sealed up in here, I'm just going to put a ring of, let's see here, what can I do? I'm going to take the end of another, that's a little bit too small. That's a little bit too big. Feels like Goldilocks here. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we are going to, you know what? I am going to glue this in with some tacky glue. You can use Mod Podge. You can use pretty much anything. I'm just going to seal these edges. And I'm going to put one of these ends in. And I am going to seal it up. I'm going to do both sides. This will dry clear. You can use Elmer's glue, you can use Mod Podge. Just anything to seal it. Okay, I'm going to do the other side, and I will come back when they are dry for the next step. Okay, so the glue did dry, but because it was this tacky stuff, this tack it over and over again, oh, fantastic stuff for diamond dot painting. I just had it on my table, but you know, not so good for this. I mean, it makes it removable. So what I did is I just put some a bead of hot glue around here to seal the paper and the packing tape. That's what I'm looking for. And then, of course, if you're going to do that, then you want to make sure that you have a sufficient hole all the way through. So you can see, oops, sorry, my hands are really shaking today. I apologize, but I just wanted to get this out of here and get it done. You want to make sure that you can get, and I just take a file, one of these cheap diamond files from the dollar store, because you want to make sure that you can get a hole through there for however you're going to string it. And then you can use a bamboo skewer, you can use another straw, like a stir stick, anything that's going to fit through here. If it's a stir stick, you don't have to worry about it because plastic, again, peels right off. The resin peels right off. But I am protecting my wooden brush, the end of my brush, with some packing tape. So we're going to put this in here. I'm going to thread it through. And we're just going to make sure that it's nice and even. Because if it's not even, the resin will cure funny. So I don't have a resin turner, but I do have a couple of hands here. So that'll work just as well. I think I am going to make like a little 9-volt turner. I've been wanting to do that, but it just hasn't been a priority so that I could make beads. Now I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm just going to, I'm going to pick up this light because I can't find my little flashlight. Actually, I can find it. I just can't find the batteries to go with it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit, just a little, over the edges. Come on. I'm going to do one side at a time, and I'm going to use my brush. And, oh, sorry, wasn't on camera. I am just going to do this so that I can seal the edges. And what we're going to do, put my brush in an alcohol bath. I should just have a little alcohol in a tub here. But if you put your brush ends through, it should work just fine. So we're going to just be turning it like this. As it's curing. So I'm going to do it for just a few seconds here. And I'm not going to make you watch this whole thing because it's really just a repetitive motion here. Just see, I'm turning it here like this. All right, now this has been sealed, and I know it's uneven, but that's okay because it's going to be covered up with resin. So I'm going to do the other side just so that I can seal this side. And I'll just do a couple more revolutions here, and then I'll show you how I do the center. Put it on for 30 seconds. Okay, and then both the edges are sealed. They really need more than 30 seconds, but I'm just showing you this here. Then I'm going to run a bead all the way across here. And then I'm going to, well, let's get a little bit more of a bead. I think I'm running out of resin. This is pretty thick. It's pretty old, so normally I would just brush this on, but it's pretty thick. So we might just get this done and run one revolution. Now, you don't have to worry about curing the whole thing at once. So we're just going to turn it, make sure the air bubbles are out. Those nasty air bubbles. So can you see here, it's kind of drippy. It's kind of drippy there. So what we're going to do is while we turn it, I'm going to turn it like this. And we're going to make sure that we can slide that to the middle like this while it's curing. So I am going to go ahead and put this over here and turn this, see if it's on camera here. Yep. Get that out of the way. And I'm going to make mine a little fat in the middle. See, it's very sticky, but you can see that, I hope you can see that it is, okay, there's little uneven bumps there, but don't worry about that because that will resolve itself. I'm going to continue to put resin. I can't seem to talk at the same time. And I'm just going to put a bead on there like that. And we are just going to turn it until we get it coated the way we want. And at this point, whoop, I'm going to brush it on. And all these little places that you missed, you can just go ahead and fill it in with resin. Get those nasty air bubbles out. And what you're going to be doing is making like a magnifying effect. Now, there's no way, because this isn't a continuous turning, that you're going to get this perfect unless you have some sort of turner, which I don't have, but I'm going to show you how to fix that. So I'll put it in for 30 seconds. And at this point, you really should cure it for about 2 minutes. So, and then we're going to buff it. We're going to buff it, sand it down, just with a little file. Get it all nice and smooth, and then we will repeat the process. And yeah, so this is what it looks like right now. Okay, I don't like that, see that little bump right there? Right on the top here. Yeah, I don't like that. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to buff this down. After I cure this for about 2 more minutes, I'm gonna buff it down to make sure that it is completely cured. And then I'm gonna buff it down and it's gonna look all nasty, you know? Just sand it down for a little bit. You can use a nail file. You can use one of these to finish it. You can use fine grit sandpaper. You can use a Dremel tool with a sander on it. You can use whatever your little heart desires. So I am going to come back after this is sanded, and I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so just real quick, I had cured this, and since I didn't want to put it in the little cup of water that I have here to cure it underneath there, I just dipped it in there. You can also spray it and then just, you know, continue turning it, because it's the paper underneath is protected by the straw. So I'm just going to show you what I'm doing here and how it looks. And it's going to look like a hot mess. You're going to think, oh no, I ruined it. But really you didn't. Because this is a necessary step when you don't have an automatic turner. And sometimes if you do have an automatic turner, you can still get drips. So things that don't look real good, at least I don't think they look good. So, see, you can sand this down. And then you're going to hide the imperfections. So just make sure that you know, don't mess up the edges. See, I'm taking off, it looks like I'm taking off all of the print. But when this is wiped down again or painted with resin, you're going to see it's perfectly clear again. So I am not going to make you watch this whole thing. I will come back when I have sanded this down, and then I will paint on another another coat of the UV resin here that I'm using. So, all right, stay tuned. Okay, I am back here, and you can see that this is all, sorry, nicely sanded. Oop, I feel a little ridge here. No ridges. So, sorry about that. Okay, so there is pretty good definition on here. And you can see that it looks pretty darn frosty, and you can barely read it, but no fear, okay? We're gonna clean off our brush here. We're gonna get some more resin. And you want to make sure that you don't have any little stragglers. So you want to make sure that this is nice and clean. I'm not doing a manicure until I finish these projects. Okay. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of beady on here. It's not a word, I'm just being funny. Okay, so we're going to put a bead of resin on here. And I'm going to work rather quickly, turning as I go. You see the magic? Now, if I had perfect clip art, I just didn't want to waste any more printer ink. So this ring around here, it was just the artwork, and I had taken off of the other stuff that I had on my other one that I did because there wasn't enough room, and I just wanted to do a demo on this. So we're going to seal the edges of this and seal the edge of this. You have quite a bit of working time on this. You want to make sure that you put your alcohol and scrub your brush. Okay. I'm going to put it under here for a little bit, maybe 30 seconds. We are at 20 right now. Of course, you can do this with anything, you know, any paper beading or whatever. You can even do it with paper clay. It's pretty well cured. Sorry for the focus here. I don't know why I put this in upside down, but there you go. It's hard to see with this ring light, but put this between cording or whatever, however you want to decorate it, to end caps. So if you can't afford one of those medic alert tags, because they are kind of expensive. I mean, I think they are, and they're very limited in what the problems are, you know, that people put on there. So, sorry, my hands are really shaking today. What was I going to say? Okay, so all you need is a straw. You need two end caps that are, what are these? These are just the little rivet things, the eyelets, the larger eyelets, okay? And they fit perfectly on a straw. You need some packing tape and some, you know, clip art, whatever you're going to put on here. You need to print this off. It's just free. Make yourself a little thing on Microsoft Word or whatever your word processor is. You cover it in tape. You wrap it around the straw. You hot glue the ends of the eyelets on here. And you put a base of resin on it. And then you sand it down to make sure it's all good. Good to go. And then you cure it. So, I don't know, the whole thing, oh my goodness, my hands. The whole thing took about, I don't know, half an hour or something like that. Well, it took a half hour to do the resin. So I'm going to give this a bath, make sure that it's fully cured, but, you know, it's completely usable. And, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I will pop back and show you the finished product. Okay, we're back with the finished product here. So what you can do is you can string this on some, I would recommend some monofilament, like fishing wire. 10-pound would be great. 10-pound fishing wire, or fishing line, I should say. I do have, because of course I didn't want to get it out. It's kind of like the same thing. This is an old spool Simplicity. I don't even think they make it anymore, but it is clear monofilament. I would not recommend the stretchy stuff. This is not stretchy, but I would not recommend the stretchy stuff because over time it will, especially with you know, different weather conditions like winter, spring, whatever, or just sitting in your jewelry box, it will rot and it will snap apart. You just asked me how I know that. Yeah. So they don't last for more than a couple of years. And every time someone asks me, how do you make your bracelets? Do you use the stretchy stuff? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not even the stuff that costs a lot of money. So anyway, just stick with fishing line. You will thank me. You can even, this is thin enough to do tiny, tiny little seed beads. That's why I love it. So again, a 10-pound fishing line. It'll last you 10,000 lifetimes. I mean, you'll never be, unless you're making hundreds of thousands of bracelets, you will never go through one spool. So yeah, just do yourself a favor and get it. Anyway, so you can either beat it, you know, with whatever you want to do. And if you're going to do it this way, then I would recommend that you, you know, affix, you know, these one to the other. And you can just put a piece of little dot of resin in there and you can cure that. And then it will spin more freely. So I don't know why I have, oh, I thought it was upside down. I'm like, I can't see my own stuff. But anyway, so there's that. Or if you want to put it in some paracord, you could do paracord. Actually, I'm sorry, this is paracord right here. You can either do paracord, but white would get kind of dingy and, you know, over time. Of course, you could wash it, but, you know, why go through the hassle? But you could make it out of paracord, and you could actually do the braided paracord and just thread this through. That would be a good idea. If you want to know how to do that, maybe I'll put one together. You could use nylon cording. Do the same thing and make that look real good. Yeah, so I would just dress it up. I cannot find any more of my findings. I don't know where they went. So that's why I didn't finish this, but this is just a few examples. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So just to recap, there's this one, and I am waiting on that projection necklace so that I can take the charm off and put it onto this one. And it's just a copy of my x-rays, just pretty much basically what is on this thing. So, you know, I don't care, you know. It is what it is, but these are the issues that I deal with, and it's a pain in the butt. So this goes on my wheelchair. I keep doing this upside down. Oh my goodness. And I am going to fix this with elastic, but I'm not going to buy it. So I just Velcroed it right now. But yeah, so that's going to be affixed to my wheelchair. You could even do a key fob, like a keychain fob out of this. And yeah, put it on a, let's see if I got one here. Put it on a keychain. That would look kind of cool. So yeah, dress it up any way you like it. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It was a lot of fun making it, and it's useful, and it's cheap, very inexpensive. So I like to try different things, and yeah, things that are useful. So I hope I got to be mindful. Wow. Didn't want to take a screen capture with all that on there. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And I know this is a long video, so thanks for sticking with me if you've come this far. And I really appreciate it. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we will talk to you in the next video.